Good morning, and welcome to Transformation Tuesday. Maddie, good morning, and how are you? I want to ask all of you this day, if you would please, if you're listening right now, please go and click our Facebook page by the same name, Facing the Lion podcast. Please go there, click. We want that page to grow. We have so much on that page. Today our discussion is going to be talking about this inspiration. Soon you will realize that many people will love the idea of you, but will lack the maturity of the reality of you. Today's thought is all about change. And we are shortly coming on spring. How many of you love spring? I love spring. Spring is a reminder that we can actually notice growth. We, as in you and I, can actually understand the process of growing. How are we doing in that area? How many of us really feel like we are growing? Because even time grows on us. Time does not stand still. But I ask you the question today, are you standing still? Because nothing stands still. We wished that things would stay still. But Vibe Talk is all about growth. Are you allowing yourself that reality to grow? To grow in mind and heart, to grow in that you've thought about something with clarity, and that you're not the same in your thinking as you may have been a year ago. You've changed. And lastly, are you okay when it comes to wanting to make change? Because a lot of times, here's what we do. We seek approval. How do I mean that? We seek approval by perhaps wanting permission from others. Is it okay if I change? Oftentimes we see young people, and young people have a habit of something. I don't know if you all know it. Sometimes it's with our older people too. They have a habit of following the latest. Following the latest trend. And if some of us older ones have that challenge, why is that? You see, because trends change. What you think is new has been a repetitive motion since the time I was born, and your parents may have been born. So it's nothing new, that trend that you think is new. Good morning, Austin, and thank you for joining us. We're talking about change. We are talking about the idea of you changing. What is it that you all would like to change when it comes to something about yourself? Something about yourself. What is it that you all would like to change? Because today we're not going to talk about others, we're going to talk about ourselves. Spring is upon us, and I think it's a good time to start to listen to ourselves. How many of you want to make some changes to yourself? I don't know if you all know it, okay? With the Barbie movie that's come out, over the years, the creator of Barbie has made significant changes. When Barbie first came out, Barbie didn't look the way she does now. Even when I was a teenager, a kid growing up, Barbie had many changes. Barbie could do so much. Barbie can go camping. Barbie could have friends. Barbie could be a teacher, an astronaut, a disco dancer. The list goes on and on. So I ask you today, what can you do? Because after all, Barbie is just a doll. But you see, the creator has taken Barbie with the idea of reality for the women. Don't worry, we're going to talk about Ken too. But Barbie can be anything to anybody. And I want you guys to realize this. If a doll can be made with all of those things, a mere doll, Barbie, she has become popular. The movie that just came out, everybody went to go see it. Everyone. Why? Because Barbie, the reality of her. Ken. I went into a store. My sister and I, we were in a store, and I picked up the Ken doll. Ken doesn't look like that standard Ken that your mom played with or your dad played with. Ken has made some changes too. That's the reality, that toy has made a lot of changes. So I ask you today, what changes have you made? You see, today is Transformational Tuesday, and we are getting near to spring time. Is there anybody out there that likes spring? Anybody? Good morning, Trish.
Good morning, and I love spring.
What do you all love about spring? I'm going to really talk to you today. And those of you who are listening around the world, you may put in your answers on our Facebook, social medias, our Instagram, and even our Spotify and podcasts, radios. Mary, what do you like about spring? If you're there, Trish, what do you like about spring?
I love spring. Spring is my favorite season. What I love about it is the variety of flowers, and I love that spring, like the flowers grow all around, and it's like a decoration in our backyard when the flowers grow on the bushes. Mm-hmm. So that's what I love about spring.
Yeah, thank you so much. Now, spring for me is a time where everything awakens. I'm in love with the flowers. But everywhere you look, there are true signs of life. And your life and my life are realities. Realities, though, we may have not thought about. Everything is awake. You know, where do you stand with your growth, your awakeness, your being aware? You know, you see the butterflies. By the way, the other day, I got to chase a butterfly because I wanted to get a picture of the butterfly. And I'm going to tell you something. I had fun doing that. While it landed on a tree, I got to see up close the beauty of the butterfly. I have never been that close to a live butterfly. Because you see, nature makes us aware of these things. Nature, in that when we enjoy nature that Jehovah God has given us, we begin to appreciate the reality of the life that breathes within us. He, being the creator of all those things, help you to become aware, and helps me to become aware of how precious life is. What's your reality? There are scenarios that you and I could be in right now. So we're going to talk about us past and present. We'll be right back. Stay tuned with Vibe Talk Facing the Lion podcast. We'll be right back. We're back, and we're talking about the reality of you. I wanted to get a close-up look at the butterfly to see what I could see and to get a picture of that butterfly. You know, the butterfly didn't realize all of its beautiful colors. And sometimes you and I are like that. We don't recognize the beauty in ourselves. And I'm speaking from experience. I didn't recognize. You know, we're like those people that want to look at the butterfly. And we want to get up close. And we want to say how beautiful it is. And I talk about the butterfly theory, or the butterfly effect, all the time, but there's lessons to be learned, ladies and gentlemen. Can everyone hear me okay? If you can, put your thumb up. My co-host, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Because I am in a different room today. So I want to make sure everybody can hear me. Join in the conversation. You'll find us on YouTube. Our YouTube page, thanks to my amazing co-host, is growing. It is growing. And for those of you who are listening on the podcast, We do have YouTube page. If you hear it and you like our pages, do yourself a favor and we'll say thank you out loud. Go ahead and go to that YouTube page, and that way you can tell us where you're from, and you're always welcome to comment there. The butterfly does not recognize its own beauty. That's a reality. How many of you are still struggling with recognizing your realities in a positive way? How many of you are still struggling?
I am.
You're still struggling? What part of that you are you struggling with? And for those of you who are listening, go ahead and add, by the way, you can call into the show right now. 661-503-8993. Go ahead, Trish. That part of you that is struggling.
The part of me that's struggling is my confidence in myself.
Okay. And when you think about your confidence, what is it that you think prevents you from having confidence? Let's start with the root.
The thing that prevents me from having confidence is fear of my confidence being a lie. Like, if I don't actually believe in my confidence.
No belief in confidence. And thank you for that. And we ask you that because so many people feel the way you do, feeling as if they have no confidence. They don't believe in themselves. How many of you have challenged, have tested and tried something that you didn't believe in yourself about?
I have.
And how did that work for you?
It actually turned out pretty good.
Do you want to share your experience?
Sure. I didn't have confidence in my essay that I did. I didn't have confidence in that, but I actually made a 94 on my essay.
Nice. So. Nice. Did you at the time believe in yourself that you would get a passing score?
No.
Yeah. How many of you have felt the way that Trish has felt? Or have felt? See, because when we realize something, we become fully aware of it. We began to understand it. We began to grasp it, to recognize it, to discover ourselves, to figure it out, to wrap one's mind around getting the picture of and having that light turn on within us. See, realization of yourself. Now, one of the things that I really like that Trish spoke about is she was able to get to the root of why she didn't have the confidence. It is always the root cause that we need to get to in order to fix the situation. Come a little closer. it is always the root problem that we must recognize, discover, become aware of in order to fix it. I don't know if you all were paying attention or you're just here because you like the sound of my voice. Whichever it is, I want to make sure that you clearly understand what you just heard. And somewhere in that conversation, in just those short moments, she talked about fear. Recognizing the fear. And understanding that she didn't have confidence. Why am I saying that? Because fear is often the word that stops us. It stops us from causing something to happen. So we have to ask ourselves during those moments, what do we not want to happen? What good would it do if we were to succeed at the experience? How did you feel after that experience, Trish?
I felt very happy and glad that I actually didn't let my thoughts in, and I actually turned it in, and it turned out in a good result.
Yeah.
Because I was going to write a whole other essay because I didn't think that was good, but I just turned it in anyway.
Yeah. See, she's not afraid to talk about the experience. So once you've had that experience, do you still feel afraid? Like you did the very first time?
No.
So what you did was transform. Does everybody see it? Transformation, the change. Because the next time that she's approached with an essay writing, are you going to be confident, Trish?
Yes, I'm going to be confident.
Yeah. So what would you all say as the audience? Would you say that Trish transformed beautifully? See, there's beauty in the realization that she had fear. You know, those may be the parts of ourselves that we're not sure about, but once we recognize and become aware of, I can do this thing. And I'll share my experience. Vibe Talk was set up to be an experience. I didn't know if it would pass or fail. I didn't know about podcast. The very first day I did it, came on air, I didn't know if there would be anybody, not even one person, that listened. So I had some anxiety. I wouldn't say fear, but I had anxiety. Is this something that I should go forth with or not? Very first day, people began to come on, even if it was one or two persons. It made me confident to believe in myself that there was beauty in Vibe Talk, Facing the Lion podcast. Here we are 3 years later, accepting, wrapping my head around, figuring it out, seeing the bigger picture, getting those aha moments. Every day when I come in here, it is an aha moment. I'm still going. So I realize the cause. The reality is I have a project, and because of that project I have a purpose, and I'm waiting for things to happen. Many of you have had the transformation of getting better. Many of you are clicking on as we come on. So that lets me know that there is beauty in this thing called life. Realization. When you realize, when you're able to catch on, when you work it out, when you appreciate, when your brain becomes aware that you can do it, it gets better. You see growth in yourself. How many of you are seeing growth in yourself? You know, go ahead, Trish.
I'll say I see growth in myself.
Yeah. See, I used to be terrified of rejection. I'm not afraid of rejection. Nobody likes that word, but I'm familiar with the words because you see, what I was doing was rejecting myself. While I was worried about others rejecting me, I kept saying no to me. And that's what we do to ourselves. We say no to ourselves, even in the smallest. Have you ever had someone smile at you? They just smile at you. Now, have you ever had someone smile at you and you say, why are they smiling at me? Anybody ever had that experience?
Yes, I have.
You become paranoid. See, that's rejecting the smile that they just gave you. Something so minute as that we find ourselves rejecting it because the first thing we say, some of us, why are they smiling? We become suspicious. We become the people that thinks that everybody wants to do us harm because someone smiled at us. As if it were the thing not to do. See, accept those tiny parts of yourself that it's okay if someone smiles at you. We become too suspicious because then when we're not embracing that smile, we're not accepting it. We're saying no to ourselves as if we don't deserve someone to smile at us. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to, next time someone smiles at you, you're going to react by smiling back. The more you do that, and that's a little assignment, the more you do that, because I've done it, the more you do it, the more the paranoia and the fear goes away. Because see, the person that just smiled at you, you could change them forever. Because they're going to go home and they're going to say to someone smiled at me when I was feeling my lowest. Here's another scenario, and we're going to keep on the smile for a reason. Because smiles transforms the mind, the heart, and the lives. If smiles weren't effective, why is Amazon using the smile as a logo? How many of you knew that?
I did.
Yeah. I've discovered it in just my later years that it was a smile. But why do you think they do it? Because every time we see Amazon come, we know that we're going to get something, or it's something for somebody, even if it isn't ours. We want to see what it is, right? Bringing smiles nationally. See, we don't reject those Amazon boxes. People will go so far as to steal an Amazon box, and I don't recommend you to do that. If it isn't yours, don't touch it. Am I making sense to anyone that may or may not be listening? Because if you're really not listening to what I'm going to tell you right now, it's in your subconscious what I just said about the smile. We reject things like that because we are not realizing that smiles transforms people. Everybody is not a smiler. How many times have you smiled at someone and they looked back at you or didn't respond to your smile? Has that ever happened to anyone? Anybody?
Yes, that's happened to me before.
It's happened to me. How did it make you feel? Realization of that happening.
That made me feel uneasy because I was just trying to smile and be nice, and they didn't smile back. So I was like, oh, they must be having a bad day today. That's what I said.
So you decided for them their reality. And what was your reality? Because you said that. Thank you so much. What did you expect? What was your reality?
I wanted them to smile back.
Yeah. Here's another assignment. The next time that you smile at somebody, take off of your plate what their reaction will be. Because after all, you wanted them to feel good. Maybe at that point, they didn't reciprocate because. There's always a because. And if you come up with because I didn't feel like it, it's okay. But don't assign the other person how they felt. That's for everybody. When you do it, the reality of you is that you are a kind, nice person. Do you see the beauty in that, Trish?
Yes, I'll think of that the next time.
Yeah. You, the reality of you. You're the kind, nice person. Because you thought about smiling. You said I was trying to be kind and nice. That was who you were. It's like when you help somebody genuinely as that smile. It doesn't change who you are because you wanted to help them. Like with saying please and thank you. My pet peeve, one of them, is when you do something for somebody and they don't say thank you. That's, automatic reaction from me. And we're working on our responses in Vibe Talk, in case anyone didn't notice how we are going to accept the things that are happening in our life. We can look at it. That means that you don't have to tolerate people, and we're going to get to that, but let's stay with this point right now. When you have done something for people and they don't appreciate it, how does it make you feel? It's unnerving to me. especially when I see people that have went out of their way. I am now at the growth point where I can see when people have went out of their way for me, and I appreciate them so much. And when I say thank you to them, it makes me feel good because I want them to realize that that was really important, whatever they've done for me. How many of you have had people that have done something for you just because? Anybody? Yeah. Did you say thank you? Did you say please? And even if they did it without your knowing and it was unexpected, did you just let them know how much you appreciate it? Because some people are walking around and their reality is of themselves. They owed it to me. Because the last time I let them do this. See, that's entitlement. But when we do something for someone, that's the beauty of you. I want you to think about yourself as you are a butterfly today. I'm going to ask you to do something today that you may feel a little bit uncomfortable with, but I want you to do it anyway. Discipline yourself right now, right here. I want you to grab you a set of wings. That is, butterfly wings. Grab you a set. But before you do it, you need to inscribe in your mind what kind of butterfly wings do I want. Can you envision the color, the detail? The butterfly that I saw, that I chased, and my mom asked me, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm chasing a butterfly. I need to get close to him." I wanted to look at its wings. And I could clearly see that the butterfly was yellow. Okay, remember you're shopping for you're getting your butterfly wings. Pay attention to detail. And as I got closer, I realized that that's a black and yellow butterfly, mostly yellow with black trim. But as I got a little closer to take the picture, I noticed that the butterfly had a little blue right on the edges, closest to its face. And I thought, wow, that butterfly, he didn't get to choose his color. He didn't get to pick out his wings. He was given his wings. That tiny creature was giving the wings to do what with? Fly. What you will have to realize, or should not have to, because it's your choice, is butterflies have wings to fly. They are gifted with color, shape, and sizes. Now, how does this make sense when we think about transformation of ourselves? Some people are skinny. Some people are a little bit more heftier. Some people have dark hair, while other people have lighter hair. The gift that was given to you individually do you appreciate it? Some of us want to be a little more thin. Some of us want to be a little bit buffer. And you have the choice to do what you want. Good morning and welcome to Vibe Talk Facing the Lion podcast. But now you're given today to be able to fly your wings. In order to fly your wings, you must realize that you need them. See, a butterfly doesn't know that it's given the wings. After it goes through the ugly stages of that creepy little bug. Good morning, good morning. Where are you listening in from, please, and thank you? I am from Southern California as a certified life coach, and my co-host is from
South Carolina.
South Carolina, Ohio. Thank you so much for joining us. And everyone that's listening, we'd love for you today to try something out. Is to go click on our YouTube page by the same name, Vibe Talk Facing the Lion podcast. Please do that, as you will help us to grow and yourself to grow. If this is your first time here, welcome. How many of you have picked out already the kind of butterfly wings that you want?
I have.
You have? Tell us about them, and I'll be able to tell you. Thank you so much, Starlight from Ohio. Thank you so much. Go ahead, Trish.
My wings, the ones that I picked out, they are emerald green, and they have sparkles on them. And I've also saw the agility and the stamina that they have, making sure that whatever they go through or storm, they won't get injured or anything, so they can take on anything. So that's the wings that I picked out.
Love it. Starlight, thank you for joining. Your comments are very important to us. Starlight says my butterfly wings and probably a very intricate mix of lilac, soft pink, baby blue. Love, love, love that. Thank you guys for joining. I guess that was a good question. Mine are see-through wings with just a little bit of orange. Now, I want you to go back to your wings, now that you have them, and tell me why you've chosen those colors. Because you're going to learn something about you today. Watch how this works. I'm going to tell you why I chose my butterfly wings to be see-through like glass with just a little bit of orange. Because you see, the glass that is on that butterfly wing represents, metaphorically, breakthrough. Isn't glass breakable? You notice that I said like glass. Breakthrough. Someone had to break through me in order for me to get to the place that I am right now. The orange is always a sign of happiness and comfort for me and warmth. Why did you choose the colors that you chose? Trish? And I'm going to read Starlight's comment. Starlight says, I think of my reasons, those colors, I think of gentleness and kindness, self-control. I love this. Thank you guys so much. Now, let me ask you, Are there parts of yourself, Starlight, that are gentle, kind, and self-control? Are there parts of you like that? And Trish, while she's writing, as we await her answer, why did you pick what you picked?
I picked emerald green specifically because I love the Wizard of Oz, and so the Emerald City, I always thought that was beautiful. And plus, green for me symbolizes nurturing. I have a nurturing nature, and that's a reminder for me to always nurture myself. And I chose the sparkles for the wings because I always want to be positive and always motivate myself and remind myself these are my wings.
I love that. Thank you so much. Starlight, who's in our virtual audience and part of our group today, says, and you have to forgive me, Starlight, because my vision, I don't have no glasses on, any glasses. She says, these are parts of me that are like that, but there are also parts of me that still need to grow in that area. I love that. But I've given myself a lot of grace because I know that God wants me. Didn't you love that, Trish?
Yes.
I love that. Wow, welcome today. Yeah. I'm going to tell you something about why I gave you guys that assignment. She says that she still needs to, she has to give herself a lot of grace because she knows that God wants me. See, that's where I was in life, too. And so she said, I shall on road in that area also realize I'm not in control, but I do have self-control about how I react or respond. Love, love, love that. Wasn't she keenly aware of this assignment? Because that's what you all did. You all became keenly aware of yourselves. Because you could have just picked any old thing. But it was about you and what you like and the realities of your parts. Thank you so much for understanding the assignments. That's okay. You never need to apologize. And here, Starlight, she said she was sorry about the last thing she needed to rephrase. I understood it. Did you understand that, Trish?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. So she says that she realized that she's not in control, but can have self-control based on how she responds or reacts. Realizing the reality of ourself to come to get connected to yourself. You all thought about yourself and you allowed those butterfly wings to represent you. See, the glass can be shattered. And we may feel at times that we're unbreakable. See, that being unbreakable, life's reality is there are breaking points in our lives. I'm talking about my butterfly. But then there are times when we are unbreakable. And we will fly again. Been there, done that. Not losing the true sense of myself. The next assignment that I'd like you guys to do, we usually call this one for Wednesday Wellness when we're here live. And this is a project that a lot of people want to do. Trish, you have done almost every assignment I've ever given. Because if you're going to make this your last time for Vibe Talk Facing the Lion podcast, make it good. Make it good. Oh, I didn't mean to do.
And so as we make it good, we want to think about us. When I talked about the you, the somebodies, I was talking about you metaphorically. Hey there, you, in all your beauty. Realize the idea that that's your reality in all of your beauty, just like the butterfly. Take your wings and fly, butterfly. We'll be right back with Trish's Treasures. We're back. Trish?
Today, from this podcast, I've gathered 2 pointers from here, and I wrote 2 pointers that I gathered. I wrote, allowing yourself to continue on your journey, letting nothing stop you. And with that pointer, I thought of a story, and I actually have a video of it on my page. My sister caught a butterfly, and when she caught this butterfly, she wanted to keep it. And I told her that the butterfly is supposed to fly. That's what it's supposed to do. You can't capture it. You have to let it fly away. And she let it go. And as soon as she let it go, that butterfly flew so fast. It flew away so fast. And that made me think of, no matter if something is holding you back, you feel like if something is holding you back, you have to break out of it and know your purpose, which is fly, to do what you want to do, to pursue your goals and your dreams, and to change and transform into the person that you want to be. And the second pointer that I gathered was, I wrote, keep flying no matter how injured or broken, because you know your purpose. Having the will to change and keeping that will inside of you turns into passion and determination to continue to be who you want to be and to pursue your goals. So continue to transform. Enjoy your transformation and keep going.
True lioness power. I want to really thank everyone who joined in, and for those of you who are listening on podcast as we stream, please let us know where you're from. Please go and click on our YouTube channel so that you're a part of our podcast. You can message us, you can text us, we're on social medias, wherever we're posted, you may be there. Today's podcast is hoping that you will realize that you, the delicate parts of you, may you find strength there. The broken parts of you, may you prove through your wings that you are unbreakable. The silent parts of you, may you resound with sound and lyrics of your heart, the sensitivity of you. May you show that you believe in those who are delicate, just like the butterfly wings. What did you learn and discover about yourself? I'll start with me. I learned that through my butterfly wings, although they are transparent, I need to be more of that transparency, and that through those butterfly wings, they are unbreakable. Although I have been broken, the orange stood for hope. The orange stands for happiness. And may your butterflies bring to you whatever the reality of you is. What did you learn and discover about yourself, Trish? And to all those out there, may we hear from you.
I've learned and discovered about me that I am one of those people that don't smile back at people, and when people smile at me, I get kind of paranoid and offended, especially when people give me compliments and things. I'd say offended is the wrong word, but I get uncomfortable because sometimes I feel like I don't deserve it. But in reality, since we're talking about reality, I do deserve it because I do have hard work, and I do pursue hard work, and I am good at what I do. I just need more confidence and to trust my confidence and believe in it. My experience here today, I was triggered by that rejection because I struggle with that a lot, fear of getting rejected, and that's why I close off people. But I am happy that I have a chance to do better today. So that's my experience here today.
Love it. You've been with us for Transformation Tuesday, and we had some technical difficulty this morning, but we got through it thanks to my amazing co-host Trish putting her brain together with mine to come up with Continue Anyway. May all butterflies represent the beauty of you. Till next time, I challenge you to change and transform and to continue to grow.
Because I don't want you just to make a resolution. I want you to think about.
I was really about the moves, and then I got the vibe with it. I really took my time